What up? I'm back. September 22. I'm all crocked up, bruh. Today was something special, just like every other day that I get blessed and gifted with. Like I can't even tell you how appreciative of every second of every day of every breath that I take. In all reality, like when you sit back and you think about the totality of your existence as itself, the fact that you even exist, the fact that you can even think for yourself, the fact that you are in control of this whole vessel. You can bend your toes, you can curl your toes, you can stick your tongue out, you can blink. Like, dude, like how can you not be grateful of all existence? Like, dude, it makes zero sense. It makes zero sense that for 35 years I was pissed off at the world. For what? For existing? For getting the chance to wake up, to live, to be mad, to be pissed off, to be angry, to exist. Dude, I'm so appreciative of my past, bro. Like, I had this conversation with this woman today, and she texted me, and she was like, we were talking, and she always texts me these cool quotes, you know. You know, every couple of days we'll kind of catch up and just, you know, check on each other, and, you know, either she reaches out first or I reach out, either one, and, she asked me kind of what my goals were, or something. Well, I told her, you know, I just try to be my best, my top goal. Well, she asked something about, I asked her about her kids, and she said, do you have kids? I said, no. I said, that's probably like my fourth goal, you know. And then she said, well, what are your other three goals? And I was like, well, it's like my first goal is to be max potential, to be the best version of myself every single day for the rest of existence, to constantly grow into a better me. Whatever that means, either you understand or you don't. My second one was to have a life partner where me and her can co-create our worlds together. And I max potential every single day, and as so is she. And like I said, we will rule the world. And then I told her, I was like, well, you know what? My third one is kids. You know, because I want to have kids, and that's important to me because being that I have zero genetics, I've never met any of my genetics. I have no idea what genetics is. I don't, you know, I kind of need that validation. Number one, because I want a kid. Kids are adorable, they're precious, they're perfect. And it's a mirror image of you. And what's better than having a max potential me than having a wife that's max potential as well, knowing that we both had a shit life or we've gone through struggles. It was as hard as it possibly could be for either one of us, based on our life and our perception. And then we came through, I spent a year and a half, 24/7, giving myself time, learning to love myself, learning to know who I am, trusting myself, just freaking crazy work. Crazy work that no one in this world truly understands. No one understands the P's and E's that I had to go through, the pride and ego battles. No one understands when you gotta wake up one day and you go, oh shit. Maybe I was wrong about everything. Maybe for 35 years I was wrong about everything. The moment you do that, the moment you can question yourself and say, wait a minute, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I am a dick. Maybe the reason why I didn't get love was because of me. Maybe I wasn't equipped to receive it. Maybe I was the problem. Or at least some of it. Half of it. At least I did some of it wrong. And then, you know, and then you start reevaluating your life and you start to understand, like, what do I need to correct? And then you start doing that work. So, but it's cool, like, to think that I can co-create with another human being. We can bring these kids in this world and keep them safe. Let them be kids. Let them use their imagination. Let them do whatever they want to do within reason. You know, and teach them what love is. Real love. Not this unconditional love, or not this conditioned love, and then, which, if you have a conditioned love, then you guys, humans had to make up unconditional love, which isn't love at all. It's just, there's only one aspect of love, and it's love, and that's free will. But us humans, we always put conditions on everything because we've never really loved anyone. And when you start to look at it, you understand that, like, unless this human does this, I do not love them. Or I'll distance myself from them. Or I'll do this. Or I just, whatever. And I mean, I distance myself from people, but I love them completely. And I trust that. This was the hardest battle was, dude, my life is so crazy. So, I went to go pick up my paintings today from the printer, from the scan people. And, dude, my life is so, like, once you guys start becoming aware of your life, because you're not, but the moment that you become aware of your life, and you start to watch and understand that you are dictating everything in your life. If you come in with a smile, you're going to get a smile in return. Like 99% of the time. You get what you give. And so whatever. I go in there and I'm starting to meet these people at this printing place. Today was a new woman. And so like I go in there and I'm just me. And we just start talking and start having fun. You know, laughing and still doing business at the same time. And she tells me how much it is. I give her some money, and then she's like, "Oh, I gotta do math." And then she did math in her head. Well, I told her, I was like, "Well, I trust you. I don't really care. You know, it'll all work out in the end." And then she did the math in her head. She said what it was. And I was like, "No, I was like, I trust you. I don't need you to check. Like, I trust you. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever money I get back is what I get back. I just don't really care. In all reality, money is retarded and stupid. It means nothing. It's a tool." I was like, it will all work out in the end. And she went and checked it, whatever. I was like, I trust you completely. She's like, well, I don't trust me. I was like, well, I do. I said, I trust your energy. I trust your presence. I said, I trust you. I don't know why, I just do. I know I trust you. So, whatever. She was like, thank you, whatever. And I understand. I get these little weird highs when I say something that is intended to be said. I can't explain that other than it is what it is. And because I'm just flowing. And what comes out of my mouth, I don't think. I don't think before I speak. I speak. I do the act. I live in the moment. I live in the now. I trust myself that every moment of every single day, whatever I do say needs to be said. Yeah, it hurts sometimes. Yeah, it's blunt. But it's the truth. And if I didn't say it, then I didn't mean it. And if I do say it, it's because I mean it. And yeah, sometimes it's rough. But the only way I can do that is because I have to say those things to myself. I've had to battle myself. I've had to use my words against myself to make me change, to question myself, to say that I'm wrong. Everything that I do in life, especially in the real world, is me. It's a version of me. I am all things. You know, I am everything. I'm a master chameleon. You know, that's how I had to live. That's how I had to survive. I had to learn those skills to blend in, to try and get accepted, to get loved, to get needed, to get wanted, to be appreciated. Really just to survive and make it to where I'm at now in this life. And, well, for 35 years at least. And, so whatever, we were talking, having fun, whatever. And I was like, well, I'm going to drop off 4 more paintings. She's like, okay, cool. And so I get them, and then I end up talking to this other dude. And for some reason, I don't know what we were talking about. We just ended up talking about trust. And I was like, dude, trusting people is the hardest fucking lesson ever to learn. I was like, but the reason is because you try and trust other human beings before you're even capable of trusting yourself. Therefore, you can never, ever truly trust another human being until you trust yourself. And this is true about almost every aspect of life, dealing with other human beings. Until you can learn to love yourself, you can never love another human. You may be able to love some aspects of them because you actually love yourself in those little bitty aspects. Like maybe you love your animal side, maybe you're, you like physical touch, and like you love that, so you can latch on to that. And that's, a lot of people are like that. I mean, honestly, like I would just say that as the society that we're creating now is more towards that physical attraction, animalistic love style, which is fine. It's to each his own. I mean, I love it as well. However, I just try to put balances, checks and balances on it, but I just don't try and not let it rule my life. But and not roll the dice as much as a lot of other people want to, but whatever, because then that controls the outcomes of your life, and it is what it is. So. But whatever, we just start talking about that, and it's just weird because it's like, in the moments of my life and existence, like, every day of my life is fire like this. Every day I go deep within seconds. And that's Cody, that's me, that's IEVA, that's me. And I go deep every time. Because what's the point if we don't? Because I understand that every moment that we have with us is special. It is the only time in existence that we will be together in this moment. And once that moment passes, that moment is done for all of eternity. It would never, ever happen like that again. Ever. And ultimately, every interaction that you have with another person, whether it's a fight, whether it's an argument, whether it's love, just conversation, each individual person is freely surrendering and giving the other person all of them. Now with the, if you guys do, if it's a real conversation and stuff. Because now with phones and entertainment at the hand of our pocket, you go out to the world and you watch, like I eat by myself every day, all the time, like I don't care. But like you see families and they're all around the table, but they're all on their phones, like they're not even, they just exist together, but they're not even doing anything in that existence. It's ultimately a waste. They're wasting their time. And once time is wasted, you cannot get that back. There's no, once time is done, time is done. It's the most rarest thing in all existence. Time is the rare currency in this world. Not money. Time. And nobody knows how much time they have. And every time that we still exist is a gift. Because it can be taken away at any moment. Therefore, every time you do nothing, which is fine, or every time you're in connection with a human being and you guys are literally just sitting there and you guys aren't even talking, communicating, you guys are looking at your phone in your own world, like it's a waste. Like there's no telling what you can learn from each other. No telling how you could grow off each other, how you could bless each other, how you could love each other, how you could just smile and maybe one person's in their head about something and just a smile, just a nod, just a conversation, just letting someone vent to you. You don't know what that can change. I am like the vent master. I must just be like a huge vacuum cleaner because everywhere I go, it's like I get your story, I get all of it. I get what's going on in your life, I get this, I get that, like, and it's fine. It's understanding. It's part of my purpose, anyways. It's to just allow people to be heard. I was never heard growing up, and understanding like the person that I am now, I do things that I never got. Like I make it. It's inbred in me. If I never received it, I'm gonna make damn sure that I give it. Because it's bullshit that I didn't receive it. It is what it is. It's not good. It's not bad. And I'm actually happy about it. I appreciate it because it made me who I am. It made me not want to neglect people. It made me want to listen to people. It made me want to look people in the eyes. It made me want to show them that I am giving them all of me every single time. And it's not bullshit. And it's not a lie. I may not see all these people. I may be friends with all these people. I may not see them in this world, per se. I'm busy. I'm giving myself time, and I understand that other people are busy with their families, their jobs, and all this stuff. And I have a job, and I work, and I paint, and I talk every single day, and I take care of myself every single day. And I'm nonstop all day, doing something, man. I'm using my time. I'm using my time every single day. And I sleep 4 or 5 hours, maybe. And I get up and do it again. I grind. But yeah, today was cool, man. I woke up again and I talked again this morning. And I really, it's so weird because when I instantly wake up, I wake up and then I'm just like, I kind of just chill, man. I don't get in a hurry. Because I used to get in a hurry and wake up and be gone in a matter of minutes. And now it's just like, you know what? This is my life. I understand the skills that I have. I understand who I am. I understand my worth. And I'm not going to kill myself for another human being. Like, I'm not going to... This makes zero sense. Especially if the goal or the treasure from it is money. Something that's dead, a mimic of life. They kill a tree, and then they print it on a dead living thing, and then you worship it. And so it's just like, it just makes zero sense. I mean, the money system's going down, so, but it's going down, baby. It's a matter of, who knows, tomorrow, who knows. I wouldn't mind it. Go down tomorrow. I'm fine. I'll make it. I live in the now. I understand that to make the fake money monetary system anyways is nothing but debt. It's numbers that they pulled out of existence. Which ultimately kind of does make it real in the sense of we can fabricate anything in this world. That's what's crazy about human beings. However, so ultimately, I guess they did make a real money system. It is tangible per se, but the majority of it is just stuck still in another dimension, which would be like the computers and stuff. They're just zeros and ones, and it's in another dimension, so it's not even real in our existence. It could be real in another dimension and another existence because it's energy based. But as far as us tangibly having it here in physical quantities, no, it does not exist. And so it's a system that will fail because the system is not merged into one existence. It's in two separate existences that are encapsulated by its own rules and regulations. And they cannot, there's no bridge currency right now to exchange that rate. There will be one in the future, but right now there's not. And we know this. I mean, they're pumping it, they're keeping us alive, and they say that this is going down when it's not. It's all a lie, but that's what propaganda is. That's what the government is. A propaganda agent. It's a business. It's a corporation. America is a corporation. Like, look into this stuff. Look into you. Look into your birth certificates. Look into all this stuff. You are a corporate entity. Or you are, yeah. I think you actually are a corporate entity. And, it's a scam, bro. It's all a scam. And we all fell for it because we were born into it. And we just had to accept it. And this is why I'm listening to this song. I usually listen to the final song, but this song is what I spray painted to. And the picture is, which a lot of people won't understand what it is. It's literally me flipping off the money system, flipping off the world, flipping off the people before me, flipping off the people in power, flipping off the people in their high chairs that truly don't care about you. The people in Congress, some of them do care, and they're trying. But the old people that's been in there for all of eternity, and they got an easy street. Like the people down here in the real world, they're still struggling to just eat. when eating should be free. Basic eating, not lobster. I'm talking about like basic food where you will not die. You will have something to eat that is nutritious and real, not fake, not fast food crap, not convenience, not a bunch of fillers, but real food. And water should be free as well. I bought water. I buy water. You have to buy water. You have to pay a water bill. For what? It's so crazy. Like it's all a huge circle. It's an infinite circle of we want convenience, therefore we want all this stuff. So therefore all these businesses create all this stuff, and in doing so they pollute the water systems. But we're paying for it. We're accepting it, and then we got to have our water clean because of the convenient stuff that we want. And I do it too. I mean, I got plastics everywhere. I get it. And so it's like, whatever. Let's just go balls to the wall hardcore, and let's just go back to survival of the fittest. I guess. I don't know. I mean, that's not the right answer per se. But because we've evolved technically with our technology. We haven't evolved really as a species. We've just evolved our technology which is helping change or prolong our human life. But I don't know, man. The painting was fun, dude. So I woke up this morning and I was just chilling, just talking, and like I said, every day is just cool, man, for me. And it's just that morning time is fun for me. It's because it's really chill, it's really relaxed, and I bounce in and out of a dream state. And so, like, kind of during the dream state, I understand that, like, whatever I focus on before I go to sleep, like, when I'm in that dream state, I'm going to be focusing on it as well. And kind of when you're in that dream state, you're in a different consciousness and a different awareness of when you're present in the now, when your eyes are open. And I kind of look at it like the version of me when I'm sleeping, when I'm dreaming, is stronger and has less reserves, and it has less. It just focuses different. I think that's the case. It just focuses. And it focuses on the now. And all the limitations and stuff that you have in the present, you don't really have when you're in your dream states. And so it just kind of helps you create, understand, form new ideas, new plans of action. And like, say you're dreaming about a Muppet, like, I don't know, you may want a Muppet baby so bad, and you dream about it, like you're gonna program yourself when you're asleep, if you're thinking about it, to get one, and you're gonna figure out ways while you're asleep to get one, and then when you wake up, the idea is gonna be in your head because you thought about it during this dream state, and that was the only thing you was focusing on. And so, you know, you can look up Tesla and all this stuff. Like, I mean, they did all this stuff. Like, they would only sleep for 10-20 minutes at a time, and they would just go in and out of dream state. And it's just a fire way to do things. And then you understand, like, when you go to sleep at night, like, what you think about before you go to sleep is what you're going to dream about all night. So say you have like a huge, like, say you're in school and you have a huge test the next day and you're stressing it, and then you're stressing before you go to sleep, then you're going to be stressing all night about it, and then you're going to wake up stressed. That's why they say, you know, don't go to sleep angry. Because if you go to sleep angry, then you're going to be angry during your dream state, and then it's just going to fuel the fire. And then so when you wake up in the morning, you're going to be even more angry than you started. You're going to be even more vindictive than you started. You're going to be thinking of ways to really get back at that person, like more sinister ways. And so, like, if you was to do that act every single day for all of eternity, you know, at some point you would probably do something real bad, so you probably wouldn't have that long. But because you would program yourself to take action to solve the problem of your anger. And usually you solve a problem with anger with an angry act. And so, I don't know, man, I don't get angry that much. I do get mad, I get frustrated. I will say I get frustrated in the moment. I do get frustrated at the government. I do get frustrated at people in power. I do get frustrated at the money system. I do get frustrated at injustice. Injustice is it for me. The when people who think they have power because they have money, because they have more money, which is just a tool, over another human being, or they think that they're better than another human being, or they put human beings down and they bully them, that shit pisses me off. That shit pisses me off real quick. And it's actually funny. I went and got a massage today because I was like, I was gonna work today, but then I was like, the guy called me and he was like, "You gonna want to work?" I was like, "Well, I gotta go pick up my paintings," and I was like, "I'll just meet you up there tomorrow," and because he had to leave early too, so I was like, I'm just gonna chill today. The weather is perfect. It's beautiful. The wind's coming across. It's like, who knows the difference in temperature from yesterday. Just a beautiful day, and it's perfect. And I was like, I'm just gonna chill today and kind of relax because I'm tired. I mean, as much as I could say, I'm still physically tired. I still get through everything, and I still have a lot of energy, but I'm tired in the totality of existence. Because what I came through was 35 years of being pissed, 35 years of holding back my tongue, 35 years of holding back my thoughts, 35 years of being silent. And then for the last year and 9 months, year and 10 months, year and a half, however long it's been, I've done the exact opposite. Well, I've ran my mouth. Well, I've talked. I've spoke my truth. I've learned. I've battled the old lifestyle. I battled the old concepts. I battled every human being that was before me that taught me and told me or did anything to me. And I had to reevaluate everything, and I'm still evaluating things now. And I can't answer a lot of questions until I get those experiences in the future. And so, it's just life is a learning lesson. Life is a video game with multiple levels, and multiple challenges over and over and over again until you face that challenge. And I look at it like this. I kind of, when I speak about it, and I speak about lessons and challenges, I understand that it sounds maybe like, say you come into contact, your whole life, you've kind of had people always look down on you, and I'm just going to say narcissists, because I have and had all those qualities because I lived with narcissists. I existed in the world with narcissists, and they always took advantage of me because I was nice. And I was a helper, and I would do everything for everybody. I didn't understand. I thought that's how I would get love or get appreciated or just exist in the world with people. And I needed love because I just never really felt it. But it wasn't real love. It wasn't that much, if any, really. It was just, I was mostly just being used. But it was my own fault for giving too much all the time and being taken advantage of and saying yes when I should be saying no, and protect myself and focus on myself first. And so now that I've changed that, now that I do focus on myself first, I'm still the selfless human being that I am. However, I understand that in order for me to be truly selfless, I have to be selfish, because I have to be the best version of myself so I can help the world. Meaning, if I'm lackluster, if I'm not doing my best, if I'm not sacrificing everything I can to better myself, then I can't be the best for that one interaction, that one time, that one moment in history that will never happen exactly the same when I come into contact with you and we share a moment, we share time, we share existence. And I don't know how you can help me, and you don't know how I can help you. Who knows? It could change all existence, just one moment in time. And if you're open to it, because I know I am, because I'm going all in. I'm going deep every time. If the opportunity seizes itself, if I see it, if I feel it. And a lot of times I create them myself. I literally create these moments myself. I watch myself. I use leading questions. I watch your demeanor. I watch you. Somehow I know what you're thinking a lot of times. And I can sway, I can move, I can position myself. I can exist in a certain way to get you to open up. I will look you in the eyes and I will break that barrier. I will show you my soul so you show me yours. And I'm not ashamed of mine. I used to be. Now I'm just me. And a lot of, dude, this journey is so big. Because it's like all these concepts are so crazy. Because I used to kind of think that I didn't care what people think, but I didn't. I thought so much that I didn't care. It's kind of hard to explain. It's like, and that's why I'm a rebel. But now I truly don't care what people think. I may care maybe what a romantic interest thinks about me. But other than that, like, I only have one of those at a time. So it's one person out of 8 billion or 7 billion. So I think I can manage that number. Because ultimately, in all other existence and people, like, I do not care what you think. Because ultimately, my goal is to A, exist as I am, and do what I can to help you, to inspire you, and to push you in a direction with the tools and knowledge you need to become the best version of yourself. And whatever that means, that is what it means. I know what it means, but you have to decipher that for yourself. It's your perception, not mine. And at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter for me. Because I'm still going to continue to do what I do, which is enjoy life, live in the now, and appreciate my past. Understand that it was nothing but lessons. But yeah, dude, I'm ready, bro. I'm all crocked up. I'm all crocked up, going in for the kill. And that's the title of this one. I'm doing it for the thrill. Dude, I got hyped, man. When I came home, I don't know, but I don't know. My brain's crazy. So I went and did get a massage today. I went one place and she's like, "You have an appointment?" I was like, "Nah, I ain't got no appointment." It's like, I live in the now, girl. No, I didn't say that. But whatever. So I went to another place that I've got one at before, and that girl, it was so funny because before we started, she's like, "Well, how hard do you want to go?" I was like, "I don't know, just go as hard as you want." Go as hard as you want, dude. I love it. Like, I love that pain. I'm telling you, dude, I love it. Like, I can't explain it. I love the uncontrollable twitching, like the uncontrollable, like, what is it? Like spasms, like when they get in there and like your body just arches and like there's nothing you can do about it. It hurts, but it feels good. It hurts so good. I'm feeling it right now, man. She did a good job, dude. I like it. I like that pain, but get that crap out of me. Loosen that up. And that's a lot of this journey here. It's understanding that your body stores trauma. Your body stores memories in the cells of your body. And so, especially the fat cells. And so that's kind of why, like, dude, there's so much science in this world. And I guess I got to prove everything to everybody. Because no one's going to do anything on their own because they're just a bunch of lazy people that are sheep. And because we've been programmed for convenience. We've been programmed to just get comfortable and then sit in that comfortability. And I was in that. My life before this, like I said, I had plenty of money. I mean, I never needed or wanted anything. I didn't have, crazy amount of money because I just didn't care about pushing myself any further because I didn't believe in myself at all. I knew I had the skills to do anything I wanted. I've always known this. I always knew I was greater than what I was acting. But I was just so broken as a kid and was never allowed to be me, whatever that was. I was formed by the world created around me. When I go around, and that brings me back to the point. Like, so I was talking to this woman at the printer place, and me and her just kind of started talking about kind of the aspect of what I'm creating. And I told her, I was like, the things that I do is crazy. Like, it's bigger than what you see. Because really, truly, at the end of the day, everything that I do is for me first, so I can keep growing, loving myself, trusting myself, learning to trust my intuition more and more every single day. And so the artwork that I'm creating, the energy that I'm in, like, no one even knows that exists. only a few people's even seen my house. Only a few people's even been in my bedroom. Only a few people's ever even seen my artwork and in person. And it's just me. I'm an independent human being, and I just always had to do things on my own. And so now, I told her, I was like, all my stuff is crazy. It's very big. Most of my new art is about 3 scenes at least. Or at least 3 songs. This one was only 3. Yesterday was 2 songs, which is different. Like I said, I try and mix things up, and I try and do things different every single day. Because I hate repetitiveness. Just because I learn so quick and I conquer things so quick, it's like it really only takes me one time to understand a concept. Now, the art's a little bit different because I'm... every equation of an art piece is different every single time. And because the song is always different, the time is different, the temperature is different, everything is different. I'm different, and so I told her, I was like, the pieces that I brought you today is like part of my summer stuff, which was maybe one song, and it involved a summer song, and it would just paint. I would paint whatever intuitively, whatever happened. Like. I would not plan anything or nothing. I knew what the song was. I knew what colors I wanted to put in it, and I would just do it. And so, like I said, I think I dropped off 3 summer ones, and then I did a painting that kind of looks like almost like a green Batman, and then a woman. And that one, I don't know. That one, I love it. I don't get it why I like it so much. I've seen it before. And when I painted it, I knew I already painted it before. I can't explain. It's a deja vu moment of like, I already knew this existed. I already painted this before. I've already been here. And I don't know what that one is. That one may be something special. So that's kind of one of my favorites. So I did take that one today too. And dude, it's so expensive, bro. But it is what it is. It's just part of me having to sacrifice for what I want in the future, and understanding that, dude, I am doing so much work, and it's the totality of everything. And I told her, I was like, I gave her my YouTube channel, and I was like, this is kind of what I do. And I told her, I was like, I do cuss, I just let you know, because here in the Bible Belt state, people go off on profanity, and I'm like, even though it's stupid and it's just words, even though these words hold power, it's I don't call people profanity. I use profanity to describe things because it has more emotion than a regular word that literally means the exact same thing. And so really, in all reality, they have the same power that another word has, that's a profanity. And like, to think that it doesn't, it's ignorant. It's extremely ignorant. And to think that somebody who deems something as something, and then you blindly follow that for all of existence, is extremely ignorant, because you're allowing somebody else's thought process to control yours, and that's ignorant. And then everything that I talk about, everything that I do, and maybe I haven't done it as much lately, is like, you need to go. All I want you to do is focus on yourself and give yourself time. Start recording yourself every day, the ideas in your head, and start building off of them. Start with the past first. I think you have to. I honestly think if you go in with the wrong motives, and you do this, and you want bitches, and you want fame, and you want money, you're going to get it, but you're not going to be a very good human being. Because the fastest way to get that stuff is the corrupt way. And I knew this. I know this. I can get anything in this world that I want. Very simple. But do I have to sway my morals and my obligations to the world, and my morals to myself? Who cares about the world? My obligations to myself and my creator to get those things like that? Yeah, I would have to. Therefore, I choose to be different. Everything I do is different because I am different. I'm not the same. I'm me. I'm unique. I'm a unicorn. There's only one me. I-E-V-A. And I'm going to stand that way for all of eternity. And there will be another me. There'll be a couple, probably. When my wife has them, or whatever, whoever has them for me, with me. It'll be half me and half of her. And they're going to be fire. They're going to be literal walking fire. I'm fire already. I'm literally walking fire. But those kids who come out fresh, they're going to be like a different fire. That's gonna be a crazy fight. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be some beautiful kids. Some happy kids. Whatever, man. It's cool, and you know, I just love meeting people. And every day, like, I wish you could understand how fire you are, because I've watched the transformation of me, understanding that I perceive myself a way that maybe that I know for sure the world doesn't see me the way that I perceive myself. And we all have this. We're all distorted in the brain. Because the way we perceive ourselves, the things that we say with this, we say with that. I don't like to say any of those negative things because I don't want my subconscious to pick it up. But you know, like if you think you're fat and like, but you're like, you do weightlifting and like you do fitness challenges and like you have to fast and like not eat and get down to a certain weight, 120 pounds, and like your skin and bones, all your muscle or whatever, and you still think you're fat. Like that's an issue where like I look at you, I'm like, damn, you're fire. You know, like you look good as hell. So like it's and the whole world will perceive you as that, but you're still perceiving yourself as, oh, I ate a Tootsie Roll today, like I gotta go punish myself because I did bad. When in all reality, like I said, a lot of what I've learned is that extreme, anything is bad. And that you have to find yourself in the balance. Because once you walk into balance, once you walk into the middle of extremes, and you become confident in yourself in that space, you start to have nothing but peace. Because you understand that you are in control. And that at the end of the day, everything is very simple. And to say you want to have a Tootsie Roll, then eat a Tootsie Roll, and then your body and mind is going to go, you know what? Well, I'm going to do a couple more push-ups today. Not that I have to do it because I'm bad, but, you know, I just want to because I'm in control. And I deserve to eat a Tootsie Roll, but I maybe have to have these rules and regulations in place because I want my body to look a certain way. And I'm at peace with it. Like, who cares? I don't know. It's weird. I don't have that, so I don't know. I mean, I may think that I'm fat still a little, maybe, or have extra fat that I want to get rid of. But ultimately, I don't really care technically in the totality of time. What? I mean, I kind of do, but as long as I'm not what I used to be. Like, I mean, hell, I was 220. Now I'm like 176, and I really don't want to lose much weight, but I don't want to lose fat. I don't know, whatever. I haven't been working out, so I need to go work out. It's not made time, and it's okay. Like I can do some dips and push-ups and stuff. It'll still be fine. Plus, I do physical labor, so it really doesn't matter. But who knows? When my life changes, maybe I'll be in the gym more, and I'm not doing physical labor anymore, and I have to like carve out time for that. Plus, I really love like going to yoga, hot yoga, and stuff like that. It's fire, bro. Super fire. I feel so good. Plus, it helps me with my water intake, and it helps keep me detox, some chemicals out of me and whatnot. I'm really, dude. Yeah, so I went and ate breakfast this morning. I got like a little fruit bowl and like a acai bowl too. And it's just like I'm starting to understand the energy that I put off, and I start to understand that I have a magnetic energy because I am love, and I walk around not closed off like I used to be. Well, I would walk around with my arms crossed, and sometimes I cross my arms now. When I started this journey, I told myself, I said, what I did was I jumped from extremes. I said, if I'm always pissed off, I'm going to do the opposite. If I'm always closed off in my body language, because I know a lot about a lot of things, even though I technically know a lot about nothing. So, psychology, body movements, all that stuff, I've been training in that since I was little, because who I was as a person was, I had so much empathy because what I felt inside, I didn't want other people to feel that way. And so I went through life just trying to make other people feel better. But in But in order for me to even understand and be capable of doing that, I had to learn body language movements. I had to understand. I had to be able to kind of read minds in a sense. And which I can definitely read minds now. But I had to do all this training and stuff throughout my whole life, and and I learned by fire. That's why I love fire. I love getting burned. I love the physical pain of it. I love the sweat of it. I love the fact that I have a scar from it. Because I have remembrance of it. I appreciate all of it. And this is the way I remember. Is by taking action and maybe even not being successful, which brings on emotions that causes me to push and correct my actions or figure out the equation the right way and then solve it. And even though in the past I was never proud of anything, because I'm not. And I'm even now, like, I look at my past and say, dude, I'm not proud of any of that shit. It just was. Like, there was anything that I did that was great. I literally just existed. And I'm literally just existing now, but it's two different perceptions. And when I look back into my past was shaped with one perspective, which didn't allow me to see things a certain way. And now the perception that I have now allows me to look back at my past and understand the way I was seeing it. But I still go, in the time, a lot of those perceptions were exactly what they were. I'm just choosing to see it differently now. But it doesn't mean that anything in the past, like, I'm proud of. Like, there was nothing to be really proud of. I was learning. I was training. I'm proud now of me, who I am. But for me, that was just regular. That was just regular life for me. Being neglected, just regular for me. Learning all these lessons, just regular for me. Learning how to read people, watching manipulators, understanding when someone's saying this and their body language is saying something else, or they put a butt behind it, or you can just watch them really just trying to get something for nothing, or abuse you or trick you, manipulate you. So like, I train through all that stuff, so I know. And the only time that like I said, the only weakness that I have is I don't anymore. Would be women, because my mom was that main figure over me, and so like, I surrendered to her completely, and so I would just whatever, even though I hated doing some of the stuff she would ask me to do, I would do it anyways, or whatever, or just whatever, just to make her happy, so I wouldn't get the wrath, the passion, you know what I'm saying? And but whatever, to each his own. And but yeah, now I'm proud of me every single day, of the man that I am, and the things that I've overcame, and the amount of time I give myself every day, and the things that I create, and even if they're not good, in the sense of like, I don't know, I don't really compare them to other existences of artists or anything like that. Like, especially my art, I don't really compare it to anybody, because it's not anything like yours. It's mine. And I honestly, like, this is why I don't even really look at art anywhere. Like, all these artists, like, when I start to go to these places, they all tell me about artists. Like, I'm like, look, I may look at them for a second, but I'm not going to look at them hardly at all, if I even do. I may write their name down just so I wrote it, and I may or may not look at it later, but more likely I'm not gonna. I don't want any of their stuff. I don't want any ideas from anybody else. I want my stuff to be my stuff. I live the life of mimicking. I'm not mimicking anything in my art. I'm creating out of my imagination what I feel in the moment. I don't want to be you. I don't. Because I'm me. I could care less. Care less what you look like. I could care less how much money you have in your bank. I could care less about the house, the car, the shoes. I may look at your shoes and be like, those are cool. But I don't want to be you. You're you. You're unique. You need to be that uniqueness. And whatever that means, that's fine. To each his own. And I think, like I said, a lot of the concepts and stuff that I talk about, it is very multifaceted. However, I'm just speaking my truth, my ideas, mostly just to kind of mirror what you are. So you can look at yourself and go, wait a minute, I have some ideas. No one actually listens to my ideas. Maybe I should listen to my ideas for once. And then when you start to listen to your own ideas, you start forming new things and you start to understand, and then you can step out on your own and you can walk into your authentic truth. And you can start dictating your life the way that you choose to, not the way your father told you. And your father could be a good man. I don't know. Your mom could be a good man, good woman, whatever. I don't know. She could have been the best. But you still need to reevaluate. You're an adult now, or you're a child still, you're growing, or whatever it is that you're at, if you're a child, you probably shouldn't be listening to my stuff, but to each his own. In all reality, I wish I had this stuff when I was a child, because I wasn't a child. I was an adult. And now I live like a child. I live in my feelings. I wear my heart on the sleeve. But I guard it too. And I don't allow people to affect me. One person affected me the other day. But that's weird. Like I said, I have a weakness. And it's love. And it's that romantic love stuff. That life partner stuff. So, or whatever my interest would be. Those people. As far as somebody saying something to me, it really doesn't bother me. It just doesn't break my concentration, because I know whatever. And this is a lot, man. This is just me learning about myself, and it's all about learning about yourself. And you look back at your life and you go. And the way I figured it out was, I looked back at my life and I said, everything in the past is perfect, because if it was meant to be different, it would have been. Therefore, whatever decision that I did make at the time that I made it, it was the right decision for me based on all the information up until that point. And so whatever decision that I did make, I justified it and I made it. Whether that's good or bad, it has nothing to do with anything. Now the repercussions that came from that act or that decision are real. But in this instance, in all instances, that's just an outcome of a decision. And you could have been right or you could have been wrong. And in all reality, you're neither. You just made a choice. And then so as soon as I understood that concept, I go, there's nothing I can do about it. It happened exactly the way it did. If it was meant to be different, it would have been, but it wasn't. So every decision in my past, I have to have compassion for myself, because I made the best decision that I thought at the time with all the information up until that point. And to not have compassion for myself is just ignorant, and it puts me in a cycle of the what ifs. The what coulda, shoulda, woulda. I wish. And when you jump into the wish, when you jump into the I coulda, when you walk into that dread, it brings you into a somber mood. It destroys you. Because it's something that you have zero control over. You cannot change the outcomes. You cannot change the choices of the past. Therefore, that itself is pointless. And so I was like, you know what? I'm in control of my life right now. So the things that I think about, the things that I do right now, is what I can control. And so if I focus on the past, I'm surrendering my control to something else, to an imaginary timeline that may or may not have happened. And based on my perception, I understood that my perception on things was wrong, So therefore, who would say that me looking into the past, the perception that I have when I look into the past, it made the situation still could be wrong. So it's kind of pointless to even dwell on it, especially for a long amount of time. And that, so I was like, whatever. So I just need to focus on the now and learn to control my thoughts in the now. And like I said, I started using gratitude in the moment. Where like when this first started, like my mom passed away, I ended up walking away from my family, and it wasn't it was a lot, but it was regular for me to deal with stuff. I was always by myself anyway, so it is what it is. It didn't mean I didn't cry every day. I mean, I've cried more in the last year and a half than I've cried in all my life combined. And but it's good. It's needed. It's good to cry. It's actually the greatest thing in the world to cry. It's beautiful. But that's real strength. Not this crap that we've been programmed. But whatever. So then I went through that journey and just kind of dealt with that and just started to try and focus living on in the now. And then I realized that if I slowed down, I could watch my thoughts go in and out of my head, and I could control them. If thoughts came up that were intrusive, that I didn't want to deal with or whatever, I could knock them out of the way. You know? And if I wanted to deal with them, if I had time, if I was in a place where I could cry, I could sit in my feelings and feel it, then I would. And then a lot of times the way that I learned to knock my thoughts away was to use gratitude. And what gratitude does, or being thankful, and you have to speak it out loud, I think. But when you speak in the moment, you're creating, and it's bringing you into the now. So you can't be in the past, and you can't be in the future, because you're speaking of gratitude, which is a statement of thanks for now, for what you have right now. And so I would just use gratitude. I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for the trees. I'm thankful for my shoes. I'm thankful for my lawnmower. I'm thankful for my truck. I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm thankful that I'm breathing. I'm thankful for food. And as soon as any intrusive thought would come up, I would just start speaking that out. And it would ground me into the present, into the now, and I could take my power back over those intrusive thoughts or whatever random things that were going on through my head. And over time, you start to learn to control your thoughts that way. And then, as time goes on, your body's like, well, you keep knocking down intrusive thoughts, like, oh, I'm not even going to bring them up. And then you start to choose what to think on. And it's real crazy, man. It's real crazy because it's all about training. And it's all about you just giving yourself time. And it's like creating habits. And it's crazy. I went through a talk that I never actually posted about creating a habit. So they say in 66 days, if you do a habit every single day for 66 days, you create a habit or whatever. And but I'm like, dude, I can do it in 3 days. There's a way that you can do it super quick. And because all you need is the act, then you need time away, and then the act again. So you could do it in 3 or 4 days in 66 hours. You know, you can create a habit in literally a matter of 3 days. And it would cause withdrawals. So like, it's crazy. It would cause withdrawals to push you on that 4th day to go do the act. And then as the withdrawals kind of dwell over the next week or two, so, because you're only going to be doing that act once instead of every hour, then it will balance itself back out. But I do things to the extreme, and I understand that time is very important, and sometimes you have to front load your time, and it will be easier in the end. And that's just the way I've always done things. Well, whatever, to each his own. I'm just different. I don't know, I just got super tired. But today was cool, man, and said I'm all crocked up and I'm going in for the kill. And dude, I was hyped, bro. But it's cool, man. Dude, going through life and just every day I'm getting more confident, and it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful to like I looked in the mirror again today and I was like, man, I'm okay, I guess, to look at, I guess. I don't know. It's sad that it takes you 36 years to even like get comfortable with yourself. I still don't know if I'm handsome or not, but or I don't know how to scale that, right? I don't know how to compare that because I don't honestly like. I really just don't compare myself. Like, it doesn't make sense to me because I've never seen myself. I've always seen myself as different, and therefore, like, the ability for me to compare myself to another human being, it just doesn't exist. And that's what's so cool about me, that I understand about myself, is like, there's so many experiences that I haven't had in life. Like, they make zero sense to me. They don't exist. Like, I don't even try and think about those concepts because I can't. My brain won't allow me to do it because I don't have experiences in those things. And so, you know, and it mostly has to do with people, I think, and their perceptions on things. But like, if I didn't have experience in that, like, it makes zero sense to me. So you need to tell me your experience so I can step into your shoes. Well, like I said, this is why I'm so cool, is because I'm so empathetic. I can literally walk into your emotions if you have them. If you don't have them, then it's hard for me to really connect, because I could honestly, it doesn't really matter. You can hide them from me, but I still see them. Because I see the shadows. I don't see I see your guard, and I was so guarded. I mean, that's the whole point. It's a lot of what I was, and why I can get through people is because I was all those things. I was the exact same person you are. I had all the shields. I had a jawbreaker protection. I had all these things that I would do to protect myself. So when I come to people, I know ways of getting around those, because I created those for myself as well. And so I just correlate you and me, and I just feel myself through the darkness, because I can see in the dark. And I just feel myself through the darkness and get in there. And allow you to open up and speak to me and make you vulnerable enough, by me being vulnerable enough, and understand that I'm not a threat to you. And that I'm here only to help you, and I do love you, and you feel that when you're with me. Now I tend not to get mad at human beings unless they're trying to use some kind of power dynamic over me. Then I will defend myself, and ultimately I'll put you in your place. But because you have to be humbled by someone who's not. I mean, I'm humbled, but you have to be humbled by someone who's less than you. Sometimes to really change, because everyone is, because in your eyes you're above everyone, but in our reality, like, you're making your own scale, and the whole world may perceive you as different. And this is like me. It's like the whole world perceives me as something that I don't perceive myself as, and I'm still learning this thing. But us as humans, with this money system, we've created this ranking system based on the amount of money you have, and then that gives you so much power over other human beings. When in all reality, we're all equal, and you just have a little bit more tools, because money is a tool, than other people. And then the way the system is made up, like, we have to have that tool to survive. When our basic needs, our very, very basic needs, like the shit, food, but that doesn't taste like anything, but that will keep us alive. That's what at least we do deserve. But like fruits and vegetables, like, they taste banging, bruh. Like, I eat the ground, I eat dirt. I love it. It's good for you. It's delicious. But I don't know, man. I'm trying to think what I did. I went to get scans. I ate breakfast. It was cool. Just watching people's reactions to me was cool. It's cool. It's cool every day, man. Like I said, dude, you don't understand, like, how unconfident I was. And it was just a weird perception change, you know? And then now, it's like every day I interact with human beings, and they're reflecting to me what I truly am, and it's fun. It's fun, and it builds my confidence every single day. Like I said, at what I'm in now is a journey, and I'll be in this journey for all of eternity. And when you're aware of it, it's fun. Because you can watch your growth every single day, and you can be proud of that little growth every single day. Some days you're leap. Some days you're fly. Some days you're just skip. Some days you barely pick your feet up. But every single day, you constantly move forward. Even if it's just a millimeter. Because you gain a whole nother day of experience. Therefore, you cannot be less than than you was yesterday. It's impossible. It's impossible. Even if you slept 24 hours, during that dream state, you'd be thinking about new concepts, about new ideas. Therefore, technically, every single day, you are a better version of yourself. Every single day. And that's my number one goal. Is to be the best version of myself every single day. For all of my eternity. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. This song gets me so hyped, bro. It's so fun. It's so fun. You know, and it's so crazy because it's like, so the video I painted last night, my graffiti art, if you look head up, it looks like squirrels. If you look at the side, it looks like both squirrels are middle fingering out. And this is why I got this concept for this painting. And this is what I understand is like the ideas of yesterday spark the actions of today. Where, like I said, I talked to a girl. Well, I went to my haircutter yesterday, and the talk that I had the night before, we talked about the next day. And I noticed this happened a long time ago when I started giving myself time and talking every single night. What I started to understand was the next day, conversations about those very specific ideas that I worked out the night before would come up. And I was like, dude, this is crazy because I've never prepared for anything, dude. I'm straight swing from the hip, shoot from the hip type of dude. And what I started to understand is I am preparing the night before for the adventure of tomorrow. And it's so fire, dude. It's so fire because, like, you, honestly, like, now it's regular to me, like, so I kind of forget that it even happens that way until it happens in the moment, and I'm like, again, it's just like, light bulb, I'm aware of, and it just, like, it makes me laugh, because it's like, I sit in my truck and I talk about whatever happens, like, literally, the words that come out of my mouth, I'm not planning them. I am literally just speaking and living in the moment. It actually breaks my brain to think about it, because I don't know if other people's brains work the same way that I do. Like, because I don't pre-think things. And it's very confusing. Like, if I go silent, then I'm thinking a little bit. But for the most part, like, but it would have to be like a long silence, like 5 or 10 seconds. If I go silent in that, then I am thinking. And I only do that a couple times, maybe if it's maybe something that actually does push the line or that could offend somebody in a certain lifestyle or something. Like, sometimes I try and be a little bit more I hate to say respectful, delicate maybe, because I know that I'm pretty brass as a human being, and being that I know my content is going to reach the masses, I don't want something to be misconstrued that would turn you off from giving yourself time, because it's something I said, and about things that I do think about. But most of the time, because you know what, I look at those things as trauma. A lot of the things is that comes from trauma, and so it's like these are a lot of it is it's like it's out of your control as a human being. You can't and that's very specific. In the future, I'll talk on that stuff in the future. Because we have more power than we think, and and to each his own. But I think, like, you know, a lot of stuff is like you specifically as a human. Like if you like this or you like that, or you do this, you do that, and you're not harming any other human beings in return, which is love, which is free will, not infringing on somebody's free will, then I think that those issues itself is like, that's fine. You deal with those on your own. If you justified what you do, then do it. Like, I'm not your judge. I'm not your maker. So, as long as you're not hurting other human beings or infringing on them or affecting them in a negative way, and I'm not saying you being your authentic self is negative. What I'm saying is, because honestly, in the totality of things, like, you being your authentic self is going to fuck people up. You being your authentic self is going to hurt people. However, as long as you don't do an action towards hurting people, as long as you're nice and loved and kind, I could care less what you do. Because I look at it as like these people that choose to be dicks, choose to call people names, choose to put people down, choose to flaunt their money over less than fortunate, choose to not help people in need. You know, like, those are the people that I'll talk bad to, because they're choosing it every day. And until someone shows them what they're doing by reciprocating the same energy and even higher, because I'm going to go higher. I'm not going to, you know, if someone's being negative and mean, I'm going to go to the moon with it. I'm going to go extreme, because I am light, but I lived 35 years in the dark to my 1.5 years in the light. So in all reality, like, the darkness is regular to me. I'm really skilled in the dark. I enjoy the dark. It was my regular. I trained with the greatest masters in the dark. If you think you're vindictive, you have no idea. If you think you can manipulate, you have no idea. I win every time. Every single time. I will not lose. That is not a word in my dictionary. If I want to win, I will win. I look back at my life now, and I've talked about this before. And I've talked to a buddy about it. I was like, dude, I was like, you don't understand my brain and how it works. Where it's like, I've gone through life letting people win all the time, because I didn't care anything about it. Now, that sounds super cocky and crazy, but in all reality, it's not. It's literally how a human works. Because if I want to be the best at something, it's going to take time, sacrifice. I'll have to be in the gym doing all this. I'll have to be studying film. I'll have to be doing this, but I will win. If I want to win bad enough. And every human's like this. If you want to do something, you would do it. If you don't want to do it, you won't. And so I just kind of went through life going, you know, I'm just going to enjoy the moment, have fun. I truly don't even care about winning, because I'm not going to do anything outside this moment to practice to get better. I could, you know, and so a lot of times, yeah, I would let people win. I would lose on purpose, but a lot of times I would get beat. You know, my friends would be better at this and this. And I was like, and I told them, I was like, look, if I want to beat you, I will. And it's the same concept. It's like, I just don't care anything about winning. I'm just here enjoying having fun time with you. And whatever. And there's a lot of demographics that go into that with each individual human being. I treat each individual human being differently for a number of reasons, but the main reason is because you are different. You're you. And I think it's disrespectful for me to treat you like him, or to treat you like her, because you're not her and you're not him. You're you. And it's the same thing with love. I love you a certain way, then I love them. And I love them a certain way, then I love you. Because you guys are different. We both have different needs. We both connect. We connect. I connect differently to them than I do to you, because you have a different group of experiences and they have a different group of experiences. And so I have to form to each one to get the best result that I need, or that I want, which is for you to become the best version of yourself. And then for me to get as much information from you that I can use so I can learn from it as well. So I can be a better person. So I can have more experiences, or understand more experiences, more points of perceptions. So I can maybe help the other guy. Now that I have your knowledge, now maybe I can connect to him better. Because I have my knowledge and I have your knowledge, and I can intertwine both to maybe connect to his. And that's kind of the point of me, is like I'm nothing but a walking tape recorder. Dude, I remember so much. It's very difficult for me to not remember everything. Like literally. I told some woman the other day, I said, I think I have a photographic memory, but I can't really remember. I think I broke her when I said it. Or something like, I have a photographic memory, but I can't picture it. She was done for. But my memory is great. I'm definitely an alchemist for sure. And I'm a lot of things. And this lifetime that I've been in is fun, and it's only getting better because now, like, I become more aware. It just becomes more fun because I just focus on the little things. I just focus on everything, and I don't focus on other human beings and the things that I can't control. You know, I don't allow other human beings to control my emotions. I don't allow other human beings to dictate my life. Because, like, you know, another moment was like, well, if you're so sad, if you're always having problems, if you're upset, why would I listen to you? It makes zero sense. Like, why would I blindly follow you into the abyss that you've also created for yourself? Like, you're already in an abyss. Like, why would anything that you have to say to me control me? Or you tell me to do something? No. I'll listen. Maybe you do have some wise understanding and thoughts, and I'll listen to it because I need that information so I know whether or not to do it. And that's literally how I've created my life, is by listening to human beings and choosing for myself the information that they gave me, and finding what's true for me, not what's true for you. Okay, less. Just don't hurt people. Don't infringe on people's free will, and we will not have a problem with each other. Don't manipulate people, and we won't have a problem with each other. Don't bully people, and we won't have a problem with each other. Or at least on my end, I won't have a problem with you. Because I know people pissed me too. I have people call me all kinds of stuff. They tell me I'm selfish, I'm cocky, I'm this. I'm like, you guys, it's all because it's in you don't have that stuff for yourself. You're not confident in yourself. You don't love yourself. And so when you see what I'm doing, when you see me being bold, I'm not even being bold. I'm literally just being me. And I'm not going to apologize for existing. I did it for 35 years. I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done. I'm not apologizing for shit. I don't harm you. I don't hurt you. You can block me. You can block me out of existence for all I care. You probably should. If I'm pissing you off, if I'm in control of your emotions, that's a fucking problem. Like, can you not see it? If the words that come out of my mouth make you upset and mad, look at yourself. I'm triggering something within you that you need to fix or you need to change. I'm literally just a mirror of you. And I'm just doing something that you don't think you can do. And you can, because you're fire. You're just like me. We are on equal playing fields, bruh. We didn't come out the same womb, but we all came out a womb, whether you were C-sectioned or whatever. You were created inside of another existence. The same makeup. They just rolled the dice, and this is what you were. We're all on equal playing fields, and then the world had this money system that it's false, that saying that you're better if you have this, and this. When in all reality, like, none of that matters. I mean, I guess you kind of look at it. I mean, I guess it's always kind of been that way, but not really. Because I look at myself in stature, and it's like the things that I'm good at, maybe a taller person isn't good at, and then like, but then again, at the same time, it's like I don't know, dude. It's so funny. I helped some guys move a fridge the other day, and just for a minute, and then this dude's wife told me about it the other day, that she was just like, man, Cody just helped those guys and just picked it up. He was just as strong as these guys, and they were like 6'5". I guess she was just like bragging on me or something, but I told them, I was like, guys, I'm definitely stronger than you think I am. Like, without being mean, like, I'm not saying that I'm stronger than you. Just based on size comparison, like, you guys are 6'5", you should be stronger than me just based on the simple weight ratio. But in all reality, I'm strong. So that's what I'm saying. And I look, as I get more confident in myself, even before though, I was always confident in understanding that, like, the size of the man has nothing to do with the size of your heart. Because physical strength is one aspect. Speed is one aspect. There's so many more aspects. It's the totality of a human that makes you a human. Not blonde hair, blue eyes. Not white skin or black skin. It's really how you love. How you care, how you treat yourself, and how you treat others. That's the totality of a man. And understanding that every human being is capable of the darkest, most sinister things in the world. And they're also capable of being the most nature and nurturing human being in the world. You're a monster. But are you in control of your monster? And I'm in control of mine. Because I am a monster. And I understand that I could tear you apart if I wanted to. But I choose not to. And that is strength. That is strength. And every human being is capable of it. And I choose to give what I didn't get growing up. Which is love, which is nature, which is nurture, which is time, which is focus, which is getting your back, believing in you, trusting you. As long as I can until I can't anymore. I try. And it sucks because I get shit on in return, man. I get people that talk shit about me when I leave or when I can't ride with them anymore because they're doing stuff that I don't approve of, that I don't want to be a part of, that I'm not going to put my energy in. You know, and that I can't save you from the world you're creating. I can't stop you from making the choices you're making. You're a grown-ass man. You're a grown-ass woman. It's not my responsibility. I'm controlling mine. I'm choosing mine. I just have a set of morals and regulations that I put on myself. And I try my best to hold to them. You know? And I walk around with my rule on me of not infringing in other people's free will. And when I stay in those parameters, man, it cuts out so much stuff. It cuts out so much of this pettiness. It cuts out all this other crap that, like, I don't even know anymore. Like, I don't even understand it anymore. Other than, like, when I went to court a couple weeks ago, when I got to watch two people's stories go in front of me, I was like, you guys are petty as hell, bro. Like, but they created the world that they live in. Like, they're creating their own movie. They're creating their own story. And they're controlling their own outcomes. And that's what's so fire about human beings is you know what's going to happen. You know. You could be cloudy. You could be under the influence of something. But at the end of the day, if any act that you make, when you're under the influence, you still want to do it, so you did it. The only difference is when you're sober-minded, you're going, well, the outcome is negative, and I'm not willing to take that risk. But when you're under the influence, you're like, I know what the outcome is, but I'm going to do it anyways because it feels fucking good in the moment. So you justify the moment of escape and enjoyment for the negative outcome that will come from it. And that will happen in the future. And you already know it. You just say, crap, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to focus in the now, which is fine. That's what I do. I live in the now. The only difference is my now is regulated with parameters that I've built, that I keep in line with. So I don't have those negative repercussions in the future. And man, I hate saying negative, but you know if they're going to turn out against you or for you. And in our reality, like that's the whole point, is everything is for you. Either it's a lesson they're all lessons. And that's what I'm saying. Some of the stuff that I talk about is kind of double-sided in the sense of like, depending on what level you're at, you either understand it or you won't. And so that's why I do catch myself a lot of times, because it's like, if this is the first time you're hearing these concepts, like you won't understand. Like if you're not in the 7D understanding of how things exist, of 5D, and you're still understanding and living in this matrix, like you're not gonna understand. You're not gonna understand, and it's very simple. Like I said, everything just it's because you start seeing things at a higher perspective, and each time you level up, you go higher and higher up the perspective. It's like if you was on top of a mountain looking down. That's why they have lookouts and stuff, because you can look down at a different perspective and see so much more of what's truly going on. Because you're not single-minded looking into only what you can see in front of you. Where if you're above it, then you can see everything. It looks like a board game. Like you can see everything on the map. Where if you didn't know that and you only knew that there was a door in front of you and you had no idea of what existed behind that door, like either you're afraid and you don't want to go do it, or who knows, it could be the greatest thing in the world when you go through that door. It can solve all your problems, but you perceive it as something else because you don't know what's behind it. But if you have a higher perspective and you understand that whatever is on the other side of that door is meant to be, and it's not negative or positive, and whatever you do face when you go through that door, you're smart enough, you're strong enough, and doggone it, people like you, and you're going to be able to overcome that. And it's for your greater good. Because it's moving forward instead of moving backwards or just standing still and not progressing at all. Life is about moving forward. That's why time works the way it does. That's why the sun goes up and then goes down. Because you gotta be going up and then you settle down. You wake up in the morning and you lay down to go to sleep. But it's still progressing forward. Like I said, I used to think, so this is like kind of like another high level thing where I said the past has no power over you and you can't do anything about it and everything that happened in the past is perfect. However, I used to think I was time traveling. Well, I didn't think I was. I called it time traveling. because when my journey started, what I was doing is like I understood that my perception of the past was wrong, and I understood that experiences in the past that happened to me shaped who I am at that time, and that I needed to shape that perception. And when I would shape that perception, everything from that point forward would change. And so, like, say I was bullied one time. I'm just making this up because I don't know. Say I was bullied one time. Like I would. What I used to say I was doing is I would go to the past. I would live in that experience. I would feel that experience. I would make it real in my imagination. I would relive it. I would cry if I needed to cry. I would talk it all out, and I would fly around that room. And I would look at every perception of it. And I would go, what is the lesson that I need to learn from that so it doesn't happen again? Then I would find that lesson. I would physically say, I'm grateful for this lesson. And then I would be done with that situation for all of eternity. Because I faced it again. I lived in it. I made it real. And then I would learn my lesson that would reshape my whole past up until this point, my history. And being that it's my history, it's my story, because it's his story, so it's my story. And so I can write it any way I want. But in order to write it any way I want, I have to go back and rewrite it to the way that I want to see it and perceive it. And you know, like I said, then you use gratitude. And as soon as you use gratitude, it shifts you right into the now. And then you say, I'm thankful for, and then that's what locks in that past. Boom, right then. But then now I know what I kind of really was doing was I was bringing the past to me in the now. And I was working on everything in the now. And so that's what you're doing now. Like if you think about like my mom passed away, and I was like, I just said, fuck it. I was like, I just took the whole scenario itself and I just took the totality of 35 years I was with her. I said, I just appreciate the 35 years I had with my mother. And boom, that means all the 35 years that I had with my mother, no matter what was negative or positive or any of that shit, it didn't matter anymore because I was grateful for that. And so it meant that right now in this moment, I'm grateful for all that past. Meaning I cannot even look at the past negatively and it has zero power over me other than I'm grateful for, which makes me happy, makes me appreciate my past instead of looking and focusing on the negative that happened. You know, and it doesn't mean that I don't cry. It doesn't mean that I don't have other experiences within that 35 years. But in the totality of it, it helped me overcome that grieving process. It helped me really not even really have... It allowed me to shape my grieving process into small windows of time. Instead of over... You know, I'll be grieving for a long time probably. If I'm not... but it's different. It comes in little spurts of like... Maybe like I said the other day, I saw a woman run across the road and instantly brought me back because that's how my mom ran. And then instantly whipped me right back into me freaking out every time she moved, because I was just so worried about her getting hurt. I was like, don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Like in my head all the time, freaking out. But then I would just have to live that moment and face it and then just be grateful for those things. And so now, like those moments like that, it's like I understand that I can't love a human being from a distance like that. Just because I love them so much that I don't want to see them get hurt. Because if I distance myself, then what's the fucking point of loving someone? Because I'm not showing them that. I'm holding it in. Even if I love you to death, if I don't show you, then what's the point? That's fucking another pride and ego check for me. But this is life, man. Every day's a battle. Every day's it's not even a battle. It's just a joy. But it goes through moments like that where it's like it's 2 days in a row I've talked about that thing, and it's like I gotta show people I love them, especially ones that I truly love completely like that. So, and it is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. But I don't know. Today was cool. This talk is a little long. Probably gonna cut it. I'm tired. Need to go sleep. Gotta post this and all that stuff. Plus, it's somewhat early. It's only 10:13, which is cool for me. So, I don't know, man. Today was fun. Today was perfect. I appreciate everything. I appreciate the time I had in existence today. I appreciate the lessons, the interaction with human beings. I'm extremely proud of myself every day. Just the things that I've truly overcame, the reshaping of my brain, the knocking away the old concepts that were just kind of I accepted freely growing up, even though I didn't know any better and I was just ignorant. And I'm just proud of my art, really, which is ultimately just me expressing what's inside of me. And whether it's good or bad has nothing to do with anything, because it's my true, authentic expression. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of that. And, you know, like I said, I'm proud I got these tattoos on me, my I am light, I am love, I'm enough, I'm worthy, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm impressive, I'm light, I'm dark, I'm pain, I'm grace, I'm hope. And, I just appreciate it all, man. I just appreciate existence. I appreciate time. I just appreciate the ebb and flow. I appreciate that I can flow as a human being. I appreciate, I watch myself even more every day, where it's just like, dude, you literally just go with your feelings. Like, I'm so proud of that, because it's like, and I understand that, like, no matter what happens, it happens, and it allows you to just overcome things that you would used to get pissed off at. And you know, in my art, I do. So when I paint, I'm kind of into my child brain, and who is really ADD, like, it gets frustrated like a child, you know. And so I do get upset, and there's sometimes when things don't work out the way I want in the moment. The paint's not flying the way it is. It's this or that. And tonight I tried to just bypass that and just sling shit. And it is what it is, man. And but I'm just getting better, and I'm just understanding, watching myself flow throughout the day. And it's so cool to live this way, because you have no expectations of life other than it's going to be exactly what it's supposed to be. And then being that I don't have expectations on things, I can never be disappointed. And everything is a surprise. Like, I appreciate that perception that I have. I really do. It doesn't mean that I don't get stressed in the moment. But I knock myself out of it, because every time anything comes up, it's just like, well, whatever happens, happens, because at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. Because I'm not afraid of anything. I'm not afraid of dying. I'm not afraid of failing, because if I have time, I can fix it, you know? And if my time is done, my time is done. And there's nothing I can do about it, because my time will be gone. And my understanding, my existence will be gone, and I won't even know. So it's like, what's the point? Just live in the now. Do what you can now. Try to be the best version of you now. Give yourself time now. You know? And I'm just doing it every day, and I love it. And I'm all crocked up. I'm doing it for the thrill. I don't know, man. It's fun. Life is fun. Life is beautiful. The wind is beautiful. Oh my goodness. The cool air is beautiful, man. It's so crazy, because when I get in my truck, like, I lose. Like, I don't even understand the concept of time when I get in my truck. And it's like, even though, like, I'm trying to rethink of my day, it's very difficult, because it's almost just like, it's like, at the end of the day, like, it's really hard for me to remember yesterday, because it's almost like I take all that information, I compound it, and I store it away, because I'm done with it. And that's what these talks help me. That's why they really help me overcome my past, because I listen to them every day. I listen to them all day long, especially when I'm working. Like, if I'm not working, I listen to them less than, unless I'm going to the park and listening to them or something like that, or throughout the day I listen to them. Like, I listened to mine at least 2 times a day, maybe. I maybe didn't finish the second time, but I listened to it twice last night before I went to bed. And so that's 4 times. So, like, if that talk's an hour, then that's 4 hours of talk time. And a lot of my talks are longer, and then when I'm working, You know, if I'm working 6 or 7 hours, like I'm listening to 6 or 7 hours of that, plus I listen to it 2 times the night before, plus I talked it. And so that's like 10 hours of me giving myself time every single day to overcome, to rethink, to focus on whatever it is that I was focusing on so I can overcome it. Give it enough time, sit in it, feel the emotions over and over and over again, find out the best outcome for me to overcome it, find my lessons from it, and then be grateful for the time that I give into it. And then they're gone. And this is how I've overcame all this stuff. It's because I literally gave myself time. I mean, the number one thing is give yourself time. Give yourself time. Give yourself time. Where your attention goes, your focus goes. If your attention's on the outside world, if your intention's on other human beings all the time, if your attention's on TV and football, like that's what's programming you. That's why I don't watch TV. I don't do any of that stuff. I listen to music, but I watch a movie every now and then, maybe once every 3 months. But every day, all my time goes back to myself. And I also understand that when my partner's here, or when we come together, she's already here, but when we come together, my time is going to change because I'm going to be having to give her time. Not having to, I want to. I get to. I get to share time with her. And then like when we have kids, then I will want to share time with my kids. So I'm kind of front loading now this time with myself. And I'm just trying to be patient about the other stuff because I understand that all the time that I have now is like it's all going to change in the future. Well, I'm not going to be able to give myself all this time anymore because I'm going to be sharing time with another human being, and I'm excited as hell about it. And it's exactly what it's supposed to be. It will be here when it's supposed to be, and it'll all work out in the end. So whatever, man. I love y'all. Have a good night. Holla at me. Text me. If you want to go to war, holla at me. I'll show you how to do it. It's fun as hell. Love y'all. Peace.
Yeah, but man, that was so first of the night. No privilege, but I had the option to never be stuck up on the block then. More money, more problems. We don't get along like Arsenal, Tottenham. Everybody wanna hate now, but fuck them. Gal from North London, so they made it. Big Russian must come in function. Don't make a rich one, have a bracket and aim it, chop it and shave it. Haters, they let others chop for my savings. I'll pop down, now they can't face it. Chase it until I just made it. Ooh. Remember when I couldn't buy food? Now my gal looking all smooth. Lambo chop on the move. Should've rolled out in the coupe. But all of these guys want tech with my life. But all of these guys want F with a 9. In my new end, the percentage of crime. Yeah, but man, that was so close to the 9. But all of these guys want tech with my life. But all of these guys want F with a 9. In my new end, the percentage of crime. Yeah, but man, that was so close to the 9. Prada always treat me on my set like Gianfranco Zola. In N9, see me, I'm like Pep. Guardiola. Even on street, see me was a soldier. Said they wanna be like me when it's older. All this crud that my knees went weak. When I put on my weight in a rover, you can never be like me. No, made a quarter million last week. Shows, of course I gotta get the right team. Close, why they wanna see me D.I.E. In a wine, far from a beast. Run everybody, run from police. All these brothers all talk in the streets, but they said it involved in the beef. Tongue full suit, now I'm feeling all trendy. Remember when the wallet was empty? Money, cop these boots for Eduardo Mendy. Real black brother in Chelsea. No talk, I'll stay I feel more hungry, making a meal. I was so broke, couldn't pay for the bill. Cause I'm going in straight for the kill. But all of these guys want tech with my life. But all of these guys want F with a 9. In my new end, the percentage of crime. Yeah, but man, that was so close to the 9. But all of these guys want tech with my life. But all of these guys want F with a 9. In my new end, the percentage of crime. Yeah, but man, that was so close to the 9. Old times in the ends, we were just riding on them. I know the judge in the eye, and I just lie for my friend. I listen to these UK rappers, and they're just lying again. You liar. On my block, I got big haters, but I got fire for them. When we was young broke fellas, everybody was brothers. It was cool till we made it, then everybody got jealous. They didn't get a dime from the block, whether you like it or not.